Hey guys, so today I'm going to be building these Prosperity and Demise from Valorant. Free templates in the description down below. Hey guys, so this is, once you cut out the template for this is what it'll look like. I already cut out the main blade. Keep in mind, you don't have to make the blade and the handle separate. It's just I like to because I have the tools to do so with a wooden dowel. But you don't have to, if you don't have drills and all that. All you have to do is just put this inside the entire thing. You might want to elongate this slightly, this way. Only because this won't fit properly otherwise. But this is what I got so far. And this is going to sit right about like this or so. So once you get all these pieces cut out, glue these pieces together. You could cut out the rest of the handle too, but I'm not gonna. But once you glue these together, I'll show you what you do from there. Okay, so now I've gotten the stick glued into the main bit. All you do now is take the other half and glue that on top, which can be a bit of a pain, but it should work out. I'll get to you when that's done, and then I'll show you what you do from there. Okay, now that this is all glued together with some holes I'm going to fix in a minute, the next step would be to cut this bit out and really just make a layer of foam that goes on top, a thin layer, to get this this bit. You'll understand once I get to it. So there's going to be a slight change in plans for what I was doing. Since I don't have a lot of foam left for all my props, I have more I need to work on soon. I'm just going to take the template, cut out the inner bit, and just trace it on to the foam so that it has so you can see it. And I'm just going to score it, which is when you lightly cut into the foam but not all the way through, so that, and you go over it with a heat gun so that the creases open up. You'll understand when I get to that step. Okay, so now that I got the lines drawn on, all you do is take a knife, you just lightly score into it. I'm going to try and do it with one hand with the camera in the other. So you just lightly cut in, not cutting all the way through the foam, but some of the way. And just go down the line and back, and then you take a heat gun over it. So I'll show you what that looks like once I get to the heat gun step. Okay, so now that I cut the lines in, I'm going to take my heat gun. I'm just going to move everything else away due to I don't want to catch fire on that paper. So take the heat gun, turn it on, and just lightly go over it, like so. And you'll see that, just make sure you don't burn it. Sorry if it's loud. Just go over it, you'll see that they slightly start to open. Make sure you don't burn it, but then you just turn it off and wait a minute. And you might want to poke and prod a bit, but eventually, depending on how deep you cut it, you'll see these lines start to show up like over here. So you just do that along the entire thing. Eventually you get some nice lines. So once it cools off, it should look good. I might heat it a little more just to be safe. Okay, so this is what it looks like before the heat gun. This is what it looks like after the heat gun. You'll see these nice grooves, and they look pretty good, but you know, and they work nicely once painted. You can't really see them right now, but once painted or with a bare eye, it looks great. So it's a good little trick to know. Okay, so you may notice right away that this is a completely different room. That is because I've moved into another room to do some drilling. So I already started with a pilot hole, very important, so you can get the lineup right. But first, I'm gonna make sure to figure out how much I need. So, not much. It doesn't really matter how deeply you drill it as long as it's not too shallow. But I like to drill it as close to humanly possible as perfect, so. Now, I would recommend doing this with two hands, but I only got one while recording, so just do this, put two hands on the drill, one up here and one on the actual handle, and you just drill, but I can't do that right now, so yeah. My hand. So that's basically what you do, and you'll fit it in later. I did not drill all the way yet, so it's not going to fit perfectly, but you just do that and then you hot glue it in place later. This is how you do it if you're doing the wooden dowel approach, But if you want to do it completely out of foam, you don't have to do this. It's just what I do because I have the tools to do so and the supplies. But if you don't have wooden dowels or a drill, just do it. Just do the entire thing out of foam. It'll be easier for you. Just once again, thicken around this bit, or else it won't wrap all the way. So the template was just a rough idea of what it looks like, but just make sure you do it right, or you just give extra space so that it will wrap all the way around. But that's about that. And yeah. Okay, so now that I got this bit done, all you have to do is just stick a crap ton of hot glue in. If this hot glue, yeah, this hot glue gun's warm, okay. Just stick a bunch. You don't have to do that much, but I prefer to. So it glues up, and then you stick this in. Yeah. You just push down, hopefully until it gets into place. If it doesn't, just, you know, figure it out. But for me, that looks pretty good. And now I got most of it done, but I do need to realign the handle a bit. Actually looks fine, so yeah. Okay, all that's left now is to bevel the edges of the blade for this piece. And then just need to create the back of it. And then you have the first half of prosperity and demise. After that, you just need to build the other half, which is the tiny dagger right here, which I've yet to start, but I will get to after this bit. And you got the entire set. You just need to bevel this with a Dremel or knife, whatever you prefer. I prefer a Dremel. And then you just put on the pommel, which is somewhere around here, but I'll show you how to make that. Okay, so what you're gonna do is take the handle, cut off the actual handle bit, and so you're just gonna cut on that line. And then you just make 2 layers of foam of this shape roughly, and you just stick it on. That's it. Okay, now that you have these 2 pieces cut out, all you gotta do now is take them, put them together kind of like so. Sorry, I got that backwards, but you put them together and you're all set for this. That's all you really have to do, and you just glue it on. So I'll get to you once this is done. There we go, pommel complete. Just need to sand it off a bit. And you stick this directly onto the pommel, or onto the back of the handle, and you got the completed prop except for dremeling, or, you know, beveling the blade. But besides that, you're all set. Oh yeah. You also, if you choose to, you can add a circular bit here. I chose against it only because I didn't want it. I might add it later, but I just didn't like the look of it personally. Okay, there you go. Now you have prosperity. All you need now is demise, which is going to be the next half of this video. Okay, so now the main thing has been put together. Keep in mind I did not add a cord to this because it's too small and too wobbly too. Next step is to add details with thin foam. With I think it's a millimeter wide foam. So I gotta add this bit here, this bit somewhere around here, and that there. It's a lot of work. You'll understand when I get to it. So to get the terraced effect I'm hoping to get, I cut this into 2 pieces for now. The blade, which I'm putting over here, and this. Then I'll continuously cut it up into smaller layers as I go. So first I'm gonna need 2 of these. Then I'll show you what you do next. So I made a bit of an oopsie. I made this bit, sorry, this too big or too thick for the template. So I'm just gonna have to go a little off the template. What I'm gonna do to fix that is to roughly get the shape. So this bit's fine for the most part, just need to extend it slightly. But besides that, I just need to add some size by tracing over the real thing, you know, this, and then just mimicking the details. So I could probably reuse the template in some areas, but who knows. Okay, so from that piece earlier, I was able to salvage this much of it. So I can just go like this and voila. Just need to hot glue that in place, but then the rest of this will be a pain in my butt. Okay, good news. So the problem with this was that I just didn't cut off enough of the excess that I had, as you can see right here. So I just need to trim that off and then it should fit like so. So that's good news. The bad news is I'm just an idiot. So yeah. Okay, so now that I got 2 of these, all I really need to do is put one here. Once I get it in place, trim down where it needs to be trimmed. and go from there. Sorry, it probably looks better on this side. Yeah, there we go. So I just need to trim some areas and then it should set. Okay, now that we got these bits on, what we have to do is take this, cut this piece out, and this piece out, and maybe this piece as well. I'm not sure yet. I think it looks fine the way it is. Just need to score this line in later. But so we need this, this, and this, I think. Okay, so I got this piece on, which I forgot to show, and this one on. I just cut out this one, which goes right about here, I think. Yeah, right here. And there's a second one around here. There it is. That I'm just gonna glue this in place and the piece here, and then it's practically done. Then I just need to Dremel it, and that's it. Okay, so now that we got the details on, that's pretty much everything except for the line I have to draw. Sorry. So I just have to add a score line somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. Hang on, let me check the template. Somewhere along this area in here, so that I can get the small groove, and then I can just Dremel the blade. That's it. Okay, dagger demise is complete. And so is the other half. So that's everything. All I need to do now is Dremel the blades and then prep them for painting and paint them. But I'm not doing the painting in this video, so let's see how they look after Dremeling. Okay, my friends, they are complete. So dagger, the prosperity or whatever the hell it's called, and demise. So prosperity and demise is complete.